So you've been in business a long time,
Yeah.
right? More than 10 years, probably 12.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
What's the biggest lesson you've learned about running your own online business over that many years?
Well, the biggest lesson I learned comes in thoughtful planning before jumping in, because a lot of times, I would let my ego of success, kind of skew my perspective in the fact that I didn't need to do proper research, run numbers, and plan. I know how this all works. I know the back end works. I know how this works. I can do it. And I would jump into things preemptively without properly planning them through and understanding what's the final cost of this, how long is it going to take, what resources do I need, what's the competitive market analysis. I just see an opportunity, I would just jump in it and go full, balls to the wall. So that's one of the biggest learning things, kind of failing to plan, and letting your ego kind of, blind you a little bit and thinking like, look, I got the golden touch. Everything I touch turns to money. I can just keep throwing money at this and I can beat, and so it's really that, like, skipping that stage where you fail to plan and run competitive market analysis and research and stuff like that, and really get your ducks in a row before jumping in and just spending gobs of money.
Yeah. All right. And this is a great question. Do you believe that entrepreneurs are born or created over time?
I think that there's a certain like juice that is, that you pick up on as a kid, whether that's something that you didn't have around you and it's part of your curiosity, or I think it's something that you grew up around, and whether you knew it or not, your dad was taking you to office at 8 years old and getting you on sales calls by 12, and you just kind of grew up around it. So I think it's neither here nor there. I think the drive comes from within to want to change yourself. And, you could have a billionaire father that kind of forced you to try to take over a business, but if it's not really in you, you're still going to fail at what you're doing, because like you're not interested in it outside of it just being a source of income. Yeah. But if you're not around that and you don't have that billionaire father, and on the other side of the spectrum you lack that kind of mentorship or what have you, it can also be in you, because that can force you to drive yourself and push yourself to limits that you're uncomfortable with, whether they be lessons that smack you in the face or success stories right out of the gate. So I think it's neither here nor there. I think I think you're not necessarily born with it, but I think it's something that's either present at a young age and it drives curiosity, or I think it's something that can be absent at a young age that drives curiosity. But I think it's the curiosity and the willingness to seed and break out of whatever box or mold you're in.
Yeah. And then I have one last question before we turn over to Derek. If you could give one piece of advice to a young entrepreneur, what would that be?
I would say cancel your Netflix, cancel your cable, throw your fucking PlayStation out the window. Look at your friends and see what kind of careers they have and what type of businesses they do and what kind of ambitions they have and where they're spending their time. So after I do that assessment of my friends and the things I'm spending the most time on, right, I'm going to say you need to level yourself up. And that means like start surrounding yourself with people that are doing the things that you want to do and that are in an area of life that you want to go to. Now, those people aren't necessarily going to open your doors. If 5 guys contact me on Instagram today and be like, yo, I want you to mentor me. Well, that's not really how it works. I don't have a mentorship program. And unless like you're really going to provide value to me, I'm not just going to be like, yeah, sure, just come over to my house and hang out. I'm like, well, I'll teach you everything I know. But, if you're seeking information, whether you're listening to a book on Audible that teaches you about time management and this or that, or negotiating if you're in sales, is how are you spending that time? We all have the same 24 hours in a day. So take a hard look at your friends, take a hard look at where they're spending their time, take a look at, are they building you up or just supporting your bad habits, right? And so once you find out, do that little life assessment, your next thing is to surround yourself with people that are different than you, that are doing things different than you, that can influence your behaviors. So it's a combination of where you're spending your time and who you're influenced by.
Absolutely. Good, man. I appreciate it. It's good seeing you.
No problem. You too, Matt. I love to see you, Matt. I love to hear about the hiring. Let's go. Let's get it.